Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Project Sacrifice. Sorry that it's been a week. I had a very busy week last week and could not record videos, but we're back this week. If you remember last time, we got ourselves diamonds and we got onto the second chapter. So, super exciting stuff. In between episodes, I did go and complete some more quests that were in Chapter 1. For example, I made ourselves a colossal chest, as you can see here, and put a lot of our stuff in it, sorted. And not the best storage system, but it's something better than heaps and heaps of double chests. Um, Let me just throw these in here. Um, I also got the final stuff for a Steam engine. Um, I will probably put this together in between episodes, because I don't really need create stuff right now. Um, it's just nice to have, which I'll throw these in this chest here. Um, I also did make some pig iron, as you can see here, just to get the quest out of the way. Uh, so yeah, I was gonna do some more, but I could not figure out how to get the ash for soap. If you have any knowledge on how to get that, let me know, because when I click on it, it just brings me to tags here. It doesn't really tell me how to get ash, so let me know. This episode, we will be starting on Chapter 2. We will be getting Dagger of Sacrifice, setting up a mob farm, and getting the start to Project E. Um, but so to start, we will make the different levels of covalence dust. Uh, so we'll start out with low covalence dust, which is a bunch of cobblestone and some charcoal. Nice and simple. Let's see. I don't know if I actually have any charcoal to use, but let's check. I know I have coal, but I don't know if that will give the same effect. Let's see here. It does not. We need specifically charcoal. Which I don't think I have any of, so let's get some cooking. Do do do. One piece of charcoal. We can get 40 low convalence dust. Next is medium convalence dust, which is a redstone and an iron. Nice and simple. We have a bunch of iron and just need some redstone. 40 medium covalence. And now for high covalence, which is coal and a diamond. So we get to use one of our diamonds for this, which is a very limited resource that we can get more of. It's just going to take some time. But there we go. Some high covalence dust. Now, with the 3 different levels of covalence dust, we can make a few things. First of all, we can make repair talismans, which repairs nearby players' items, restoring 1 durability every second. So we can have basically infinite durability as long as we wait. Um, and we can make that with some string, some paper, and 2 pieces of each kind of dust. I don't know if I have any string. I know I have some paper, but does not look like I have any string. Oh, right. String, I can easily make string. And how many pieces do I need? 2. There's our 2 string. And now we can make a repair talisman, which then we can go into here and throw it in a slot. And now, if we wait a second, we can see the durability on our iron pick going up, as well as our stone axe, as well as our iron wand. So now we essentially have infinite durability on all our items as long as we're willing to wait, which is awesome. Do we have anything in our backpack? No. So that's the first thing we can do. Next thing we can do is we can make amethyst essence, which is a high covalence dust in the blood altar for 500 LP. Throw 1 in here, and we have amethyst essence. We're probably going to need more than that, but the next step, eventually this will lead into making an alchemy table, which will be 2 sticks, a diamond, 2 torches, 1 of each covalence dust, and a pink energy collector. But the pink energy collector needs glowstone, which we can get amethyst bronzite ingots, which I'm guessing is probably, yeah, okay. We can make it with amethyst essence and bronze essence in the bio lab. So, and we need quite a few of those. And we'll need a lava crystal. Now, lava crystal's a little bit down the way because, as you can see, it only shows 3 kinds of blood orbs here and not our weak blood orb. So we will need to get an upgraded blood orb to do that. As well as a few other things which we kind of have. But, as you can see here, it is Magician's Blood Orb into Lava Crystal to go up, which is the kind of dead middle. So, if we pull up the Blood Orbs, we have Weak, which is obviously the weakest, Apprentice, Magicians, Master, and Archmages. And this is shown in order of basically how strong they are. So anything you can do with a weak blood orb, you can do with any hot level higher. For the lava crystal, we need anything a magician's or higher. So the weak blood orb and the apprentice blood orb will not cut it. And as you can see in the book here, it leads us down into apprentice blood orb, then into ritual stone, and then up to the magician's blood orb. So today we've done a little bit with the covalence dust in Project E that we can. The main focus for today is going to be going into mob farms. As you can see here, we have the ability to make chickens. We also have a Dagger of Sacrifice, which will give us blood for taking out other creatures, not hurting ourselves like with the sacrificial knife. And Simple Mob Farm has Mob Masher, Mob Fan, and Absorption Hopper. All the stuff to make an easy mob farm. I think I'm going to build out somewhere over this way and build a mob farm. And possibly also build a lesser one over here that I'm going to funnel mobs this way too. I'll have the one over here farming specifically items and experience and being my functional mob farm, while this one will be made less efficient and be made specifically to come up to here to get easy blood. Now I could do that with any other kind of mobs, but I think it has the easiest flow into here with hostile mobs. Um, and so that will not be the first thing I do, but I will probably build the one over here for all the items and just getting the mob farm done. But as you can also see in here, this leads into Demon Wills, which leads into Hellforge and Alchemy tables, which really just jumps headfirst into the rest of Blood Magic. Um, and so I don't exactly have a solid plan on what the mob farm is going to look like. I think I'll start out with making this Dagger of Sacrifice, which, if we go into the book here, we can see is a diamond sword with 4,000 LP on a tier 3 altar. And as you know, we're on a tier 3 altar. I just need to make a diamond sword. Sadly, using 2 more of our precious diamonds to make this. But it will be well worth it, as this is a very powerful item in Blood Magic. Next we have chickens, and as we saw last time, or a few episodes ago when I was making all the other mobs over here, I could not do chickens because it takes 1 diamond. Now, 1 diamond is a lot, but luckily I can be smart about it and not lose these seeds, hopefully. Now, we just put 4 together, and bam, we have chicken seeds. And now we are ready to go. And why the chicken seeds are here and are super important is actually this next one down here, faster mob farms. We can make GM chicken feed cursed, which is 1 of each kind of seed, which will be expensive. But we can feed that to a chicken, and it will produce a rotten egg. A rotten egg is thrown at an area of grass, dirt, mycelium, any kind of dirt, basically, and it will it'll turn it into dreadful dirt, which increases the spawn rate of the mobs tremendously. So it's definitely something we would like for at least the efficient mob farm. But it does have us just creating a mob farm first. So that's what we will do. And so it has the mob masher, which I'm guessing we will place below the the mobs, and it will deal damage to them. And says it counts as player kills, which is really cool. And mob fan, which we'll place up top, and so when they spawn in there, we can basically push them off into the hole to fall down into the mob masher. And then the absorption hopper, which will as it says, vacuum up all items and XP orbs in a 7x7x7 area, and can be configured to push out on any side. And fluids will insert to tanks, items into inventories. Range is increased by absorption radius upgrades, and area of effect can be toggled in its GUI position. Can be offset in its GUI. So basically, this makes the traditional farm much more optimized. And so I will go and I will do a time lapse of the construction of both the chicken pen and the mob farm. I will probably do the chicken farm first and come back to y'all and show you and talk about it a little bit. And then we'll move on to the mob farm, which will probably be set up um, behind me, just probably a extra 30 blocks back or so. So I will see you all then. Okay, and I'm back. As you can see, I have the chicken coop all set up right next to all our others. I use seeds to quickly grow these two chickens up so we can actually start breeding them. But unlike all the other animals, which were used for the biomancy mod and for their bits, I'm sure we'll use some chickens for that. But for the main purpose of them, like I mentioned, is going to be for making chicken feed. I will also probably make some to do a to make a steam generator because I think I mentioned in a previous video, but I'm 90% sure blaze burners will consume eggs as fuel, which is, I believe, a reference to Howl's Moving Castle. And so, if they can do that, then I can make a infinite steam generator that just is self-sufficient, and I don't have to do anything because there will be enough chickens to produce enough eggs to continuously feed the blaze burner to continuously heat the water to continuously power all of my create stuff. But I'm still not sure exactly how to do that. That's probably something I will do in between episodes. Again, when I probably start using create a little bit more than I am. Now, our next thing will be making the stuff for the mob farm. So we'll start with the mob masher, which is a very expensive recipe. And as you can see, these are mob masher upgrades. So it looks like Bane of Arthropods, Beheaded, which is probably... So, Bane of Arthropods, more damage against spiders. Mob Masher... the Behead upgrade is probably... probably that I get drops of heads more often, which if I ever build one in the Nether, and start doing Wither skeletons, I'd want to do that for the Wither skulls. The fire upgrade looks like fire aspect. Looting upgrade, looting. Sharpness, sharpness, and smite, smite. But basic will be some iron spikes. Starting out strong with, let's only make 3 for now. Oop. And then I need a block of iron. And there is 1 iron spikes, which means I do need to turn these into spikes. So that is 2 iron spikes. Now we need a block of iron, iron swords, 3 diamonds, and a block of redstone. Block of redstone's easy. Just bing, bang, boom. The 3 diamonds is expensive, and we're almost through all our diamonds, but it's there. We can make 2 more swords. The 2 more swords that we need. And now all we need is a block of iron, which is doable, if not a little bit annoying. This recipe seems to be extremely expensive. If nothing else, which is difficult. Let's see. That is everything now. Balance it all out. We can make a ton of iron here. 33 to be exact, which is really nice. Oops. And so that's enough to finish off this and make ourselves a mob masher. Man, that is really sick looking. And we can just pick it up. Alright, we've made a mob masher. Next is a fan. So stone slabs, iron, and a block of redstone. I really just should keep some redstone on me. Let's see, what else was there? Stone slabs. I think that was it. We can make ourselves the stone slabs. We can make ourselves the block. And we can pull up a fan. And make ourselves a mob fan. As you can see, We can increase width, height, and distance. So we'll have to, I'll probably, in the construction of this, what'll end up probably happening is because of how expensive these components are, I'm going to start out with just like one of each, and then I will slowly over time, as I get more resources to spend, put I'll probably start with like putting the mob masher plus a bunch of spikes at the bottom of the mob grinder, and then I'll replace the spikes with mob mashers as I go. Unless they work, the mob masher works differently than what I'm thinking. We'll just have to see. But the final thing is an absorption hopper, which out of all of them is the easiest to make. It is just a block of redstone, some seared bricks. Let's see, do I have enough? No, I need a little bit more seared brick, I believe. Yeah, I need one more seared brick, which means I need 2 more seared bricks. And how do we get those again? Grout. Do I have any grout left? I don't think so. We do not. So, clay, sand, and some gravel. Actually, we'll grab a few things to be turned into gravel here. We can throw this in here to get ourselves some more iron. Wait for this to drop. There we go. Throw a stack in here. Make myself some more grout. Now throw in 2 pieces. Get cooked up in there. And we'll throw this back in here and call it all good. Now, we just have the lightning charge, which is the whole process that we've done before. Blank slate, nether quartz. And lapis. What's blank slate again? Rocky dirt. And it does not need to be heated. Oop. And we have our lightning charge. And now we can make the absorption hopper. And we now have all the stuff for the simple mob farm. And so we will start to build on that. I will denote this area over here. We're going to go out probably 30 or so blocks, build up a tower. I think I only need to go out about 20, but it'll end up how it's going to end up. And yeah, I'll see you when I get back. Alright everyone, and we're back. Now I've entered spectator mode just because I don't have a better way to do this, but I have finished up the mob farm, and it looks like I already need to edit it so that spiders can actually get down. Well, that's rough. But, as you can see, we do have some stuff dropping down, and we've got this working. Looks like we will need more, or spikes or something down here. But I will save that for in between episodes. So yeah, that's our mob farm done with very slow, but it is collecting. As you can see, I did add a colossal chest here. I have the mob masher here, but I decided to not use the mob fan yet. I will probably replace all of the water up there that's pushing stuff along with these fans once I have enough to make the 12 total, so 11 more that I need to get them running. But it's slowly trickling stuff. I think the most important stuff here is probably the Zephyrium Essence. Sugar we can easily get. Arrows are nice. Gunpowder's nice. But a lot of this stuff is not as useful with some of the other stuff we have. I can opt to, and I left myself a little access way, I can opt to turn off the mob masher so that I can swing at with the Dagger of Sacrifice, or with the Bone Cleaver for the Biomancy 2 mod. But yeah, I will definitely fix that before next episode so we can start getting string spider eyes such as that, and also just have a more efficient mob farm. As well as maybe put spikes around here. The nice thing about this absorption hopper is if I put spikes around and then I'm like, I don't want to use the spikes right now, I can mine away the spikes and they immediately go into the chest and I don't have to think about it. Oh, that's a scary thing. So this creeper has fire resistance 2, strength 2, resistance 2, absorption 2, and regeneration 3 for 24 minutes. And that is healing very fast. Obviously, creepers are the biggest threat to this, because if it explodes, that's awful. Oh, I got a sinew drop. Interesting. But, so that will be it for today's episode. I'm not sure how long this is going to be after editing, but hopefully it's around the same length as the other Minecraft videos. Question for the day, because I didn't give another one. Do you like the length of these videos, or would you like them longer, shorter? I want to hear your opinions on how to best improve my channel, as this is all for y'all. So, thank you. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Project Sacrifice.